Hi, we're going to be doing synthetic division, but let's first review. So, rational expressions. And we said it was a polynomial divided by a polynomial. So, the parts are going to be a dividend divided by a divisor. So, you want to say that this divisor goes to each term in the polynomial. So we're going to say 6x7 over 2x squared plus 18x to the fourth over 2x squared minus 10x squared over 2x squared. And then you're going to say 2 goes into 6 3 times. You're going to subtract the exponent, so I get x to the fifth. 2 goes into 18 9 times, minus 2 minus 2, so then I get x squared, minus 2 minus 2, and minus 5, and that's my answer. Okay, let's look at B. This is going to be, when you factor, you're going to get the difference of squares. So here, we're going to look at the numerator, say x squared minus 9 over x plus 3. And say that equals x plus 3, x minus 3 over x plus 3. When they cross out, that goes away and that goes away. You're left with a 1 here and a 1 here. So that equals x minus 3. Okay, so this is going to be the numerator and that's going to be the denominator. Okay, so you kind of want to also do order of operations. So this is still kind of in parentheses, so you want to go ahead and simplify that because they're all y squared. 32 minus 8 is 26. 26 plus 2 is 28. So you're going to get 28y squared divided by negative 2y squared. And then you want to look at exponents, see if there's anything you can simplify. We can simplify both those exponents. Remember, you're left with a 1 and a 1. Multiplication, division. This is division, so you're going to be left with negative 14. Okay, for E, we're going to factor the numerator. So and I have a 2 and negative 15, so I know my factors have to be somewhere of a 30. I'm going to say 2x plus 5x minus 3. Since these match, they go away. I'm going to be left with 2x plus 5. That's my answer. Alright, good morning. Let's go ahead and start on synthetic division. So I'm going to rewrite this so it looks familiar. So you're going to say x squared plus 5x plus 6 over x plus 2. So when we do synthetic division, you're going to take this and it's going to be the opposite. So then I have negative 2. And I'm going to put this outside like an L. And then you're going to take every single coefficient that's part of the numerator, and you're going to make a column. So 1, 5, and 6, because it's positive 5, positive 6. So the first step is to bring down the 1, and then you're going to say negative 2 times 1 is going to give me negative 2. You're going to find the sum and then get 3. Negative 2 times 3 is negative 6. Find the sum and you get 0. So what you want to do is kind of put like a box around this, and we're going to call this the remainder. So now that I've established my remainder, we need to make the polynomial. So this itself is synthetic division. So now let's talk about creating the quotient. So since this was an x squared, we're going to make this an x. And after x is c for constant, so we're going to say these are the coefficients and that's the constant. So I'm going to say 1x plus 3. And this is my answer. Just kind of double box it. Okay? So what I would like for y'all to know is that when the remainder is a 0, then the divisor is a factor. So it's a factor of the polynomial. We're just going to say the polynomial. What that means when I say something is a factor, if we look at our equation, we said x plus 2, and we had it being divided into this polynomial. So when I look at my answer, so my factor was going to be x plus 2, which says x equals negative 2. And my answer was x plus 3, which means that x equals negative 3. So my zeros are going to be x equals negative 2 and negative 3. Those are also my roots. Okay, let's go ahead and look at this one. So I did put something extra in here because you want to make sure you're looking at order of operations. So we're going to have x to the 4th minus 10x squared minus 11x minus 20. All of that is going to be divided by x minus 5. So what happens here is that we're missing an x to the 3rd. So because we're missing x to the 3rd, the coefficient is going to be 0. Because it has to represent each, so it's going to be in descending order. And remember, this is going to be the divisor, and that's going to be the opposite. So let's go ahead and set this up. So we're going to have the opposite of that is going to be positive 5. Set it up right here. Make an L. And then you're going to want all the coefficients from this polynomial. So right here you have a 1. You have a 0 for x third, because it has to be, again, in descending order. Negative 10, negative 11, negative 20. Write this down. You get a 1. So let's go from here. 5 times 1. So it's 5 times 1 is going to give me 5. 0 plus 5 is 5. 5 times 5 is going to give me 25. sum of that is going to be 15. 5 times 15 is going to give me 75. And then the sum of 75 from 11 is going to be 64. And then you're going to go 5 times 64. And then what does that give me? 5 times 64 is 320. So my remainder is going to be 300. So let's go ahead and write this out. So again, you started with x to the fourth right here. So you're going to make this x to the third. And then this is going to be x to the second. So it's positive 5x to the second. This is x to the first power, positive 15x. And then this is a constant, plus 64. But remember, this right here is equals r for remainder. So you're going to say, and it's a positive 300. You got to make a fraction out of it. Divided by the divisor, x minus 5. And this right here is your answer. Okay, let's talk about this problem a little bit more. Because I have this remainder, we can now say that x minus 5, so x equals 5, is not a 0 of this polynomial right here. Okay?